talk about setting of bakery unit. If anybody is interested to set up a bakery units, what are the points he should take into consideration, what kind of preparations he should do beforehand. And baking, it is not an indigenous method of cooking, but baking goods, they are finding their way into our diet, and they are in great demand. Due to the present demand of the bakery goods, there is increased need for setting up of the bakery units. Whenever we set a bakery unit, then we should have information about the bakery units like size, its layout, equipments required for the bakery units. We also need information about the relationship of laboratory to production to the sale department to management, and routines of labs and personnel requirements. Successful laboratories are operating with one man and with 100 men also, depending upon the output of the bakery goods. Therefore, the requirement of the bakery, that depends at what scale you are going to start, and that will decide the amount of money which we need to set up that unit, how much money we have to allocate for setting up that bakery units. For a lab to produce good results, capable personnel are very necessary, and for this reason, the laboratory monthly cost must be calculated realistically with an exploration of the definite salary requirements of the capable personnel. There are few tests which are essential in baking. These are ingredient testing, finished product testing, testing of the new products. The test necessary in the baking lab will vary depending upon the type of products which we have to manufacture. For example, we are going to manufacture cakes, pastries, or cookies. They would require different testing programs than those which require yeast raised products. Some common ingredient tests are essential to maintain uniformity of the product, and they should also be carefully considered. Like we have to taste the maida, sugar, yeast activity. If we are setting up a lab at a bigger level, bigger scale, then we should have instruments for the rheological properties also. For a smaller scale, at least we should have facilities for analyzing flour, yeast, gluten content, ash content, etc. Layout of the bakery unit. Whenever we want to set up the bakery, we have to look for the location. That is a very, very important factor. Where to set up the bakery unit, whether it should be in the downtown or it should be in an area which is very posh area, or where the medium income group reside, where we are going to have more customers. Small lab should allow approximately twice the space which it will use initially. Long and narrow room will provide greater efficiency. Wall work benches and center work benches, they are the work areas. The aisles between these two should be wide enough to have proper movement, and no it should not be the area which we select, that should be well ventilated, it should be airy also, it should have facilities for plumbing, gas fitting, electricity fitting, etc. Equipment requirement. Equipments like at least few equipments are prerequisites, like we need scales, balancings, dough mixture, electric egg beater, refrigerators, temperature and humidity control cabinet, or we call them proofing cabinets, dough molders, bake ovens, other small equipments like scales, burettes, troughs, pans, trays, cutters, etc. For quality testing of we will have to establish a small chemical lab also. That would require protein digester, estimation apparatus, furnace, viscometer, oven, Soxhlet apparatus, pH meter, farinographs, amylographs, analytical balance, viscometers, autoclaves, microscopes, centrifuges, variety of glassware, moisture dishes, etc. The chemical lab should always be added to the bake shop equipments to facilitate quality analysis of the ingredients received and to maintain the uniform quality of the baked goods. When we have decided the area, for example, at a small scale, the floor space at least should be 320 square feet and 52 feet of bench space plus 11 feet should be for the center table. 16 by 20 feet area if we are taking. There will be certain fixed assets like land and building. We will have to take our savings, or we can take loan, or we can take the place on rent. We will have to calculate the cost, how much we will have to give the rent per month, or how much interest we are giving on loan. Second category equipments like oven, dough mixers, bread slicers, cutters, cake tins, bread tins, beaters, cooking racks, muffin trays, spatulas, mixing bowls, wooden spoons, dough cutters, etc. All these things. And for that, at least we require about minimum 2 lakhs or maybe more at the present cost. Then we require funds for furniture fixtures, 1 table and 4 to 6 chairs at least, display window, and we will have to add the cost of that. Then we will have to calculate the interest on the fixed assets, and that will be our total non-recurring expenditure. Then there will be certain recurring expenditure per month also. For example, you are giving rent every month, you are giving the electricity bill, you are giving the water bill, you are buying the raw ingredients, you are buying packaging material, you are spending on maintenance also. Then you calculate the total expenditure, recurring and non-recurring, per month, and then you calculate the percent interest on that too. The next category is salary and wages. If you take 1 skilled worker, 2 helpers at least, calculate their salaries. That will count towards the expenditure. Then for the income part, how many products per day you are preparing. If you are preparing breads, how many bread loaves are being produced per day. If you are, for example, if in a year you are working for 300 days, preparing 250 breads of 400 gram per day at the cost of rupees 18 or 20 per bread loaf, then that will be the income. To take out the balance, expenses will be your fixed assets, recurring expenses, salaries, then 10% depreciation also of the fixed assets, that will be and then profit will be your gross income minus total expenses. That will come per year, and then you can calculate your profit per month. You prepare the project and you look at the profit, whether you are getting good profit or not, whether it is a commercially viable business for you or not, and then you can decide whether you have to go for this business or not. These are some of the essential things which you have to keep in mind before you start thinking of setting up the bakery unit. I hope this information shall be useful to you and you can make your project and think over it. Thank you so much.